What up, YouTube, Instagram, social media, Bo leaving here. Kendall, the grumpy camera woman, is not here right now. I'm the only one working down here at the ranch, but I'm gonna show you how to run the skid steer with this brush hog and show you what the brush hog does, how well it does. It's obviously not the mulcher, you know, that completely mulches it down. Those are a lot more expensive. But this is awesome because we have a ton of mesquite trees around here that we're trying to get cleared back off the road 4 or 5 feet. And I'm gonna just walk you through the process of how to fire this thing up, how to get it going, how to operate it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy to get going. We got the one with the tracks, obviously, gets better traction, but we're out here doing mesquite, and those thorns are this long, and most of the time it'll either make it those tires flat or pop a tire. So we always go with the tracks when you're operating this machine, especially if you're gonna have mesquite involved. But let me go ahead and show you how to get this thing fired up. All right, so when you're operating these things, make sure whenever you're hooking this up, I had a bucket on here first, so I unlatched the bucket. It's pretty easy. You come over here, see these 2 levers right here. All you're gonna do is pull that all the way up, pull that one all the way up, and then tilt, and then it'll unhook. What you do too is you have the brush hog and it has hydraulics on it. Make sure to hook those up first before you start it. But I'll go ahead and jump in here. It's a mess right now from all cut. You have 2 arm bars, some come straight over the top. These are not, you gotta make sure these are down on both sides. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it to accessory right here where the key is. This one's a diesel, so I usually just let it kind of get fired up. Here's your screen. All right. So now it's gonna say, please select drive pattern right here. 1 is where you control everything. On this side is forward, backward, left, right, all that. And then this is your tilt, your bucket, your raise, everything. So I usually go with pattern 1 because that's my favorite. So I'm just gonna click pattern 1, and now your screen comes up, tells you all your stuff. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here, and here's your parking deal. So I'm gonna click this, and then it's gonna go ahead and unlock it. And then now I can control my arm, tilt it. So obviously I'm not a pro at this. You know, I've only ran these on and off for a little while, but you can see it's all fired up. So now to go ahead and get this thing going and get your accessory, I lift it up off the ground a little bit. I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna fire up this hydraulics, I'm gonna hold it down. Once that starts going, you're gonna see this thing fire up right there. That's saying that you're flowing. And then I'm gonna come down here on your right stick, and I'm gonna hold this up for 3 seconds. So now it'll make a loud noise for a little bit, run. I have my idle set right in between. You also have the throttle down here, so while you're operating, you can run that too. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. To turn it off, all you gotta do is just push this down. And then you can stop the hydraulics, the flow. And then I'm gonna lift this back up, and it's gonna put the parking brake back on. So this thing still spins for a while, so just make sure you're careful around it. But I hope this helps, and hopefully we can get you running the skid steer. Hopefully that helps. I'll upload some pictures, some videos. That's it right there. If you just go back over the top of it, see, same. And when you mulch it down, it comes back in pieces like this. So I usually just go back and hit it again, and it just mulches everything back down. So it's pretty sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and get all this all the way down the road. All right, so where I showed you earlier and I was doing the video, this is that same area. I pretty much took me like about an hour and a half after that video to finish cutting it all, and then I came back in with the skid steer with a bucket on it, and I made the road wider, and I mean, you get a lot done in an hour and a half with that thing. So you can see I took it back probably 15 foot or so over to there. It mulches it down pretty good. They also have one that's a mulcher. I mean, it's like a machine. It's definitely a lot more expensive to rent. But I'd say if you wonder if this one does the job. So, as you can see, I just mowed back everything like 10 foot or so. You can look out here. That's kind of what it does. I mean, you can break it up a lot more, but I was running out of time, so I just flew through it. And you can see on the sides, both sides of the road. Down. It'll go through that tree, but I didn't feel like having to mulch it down after, so. This is where it gets good up here. So we appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, share. I hope this video helps, and I hope that your next brush hog rental goes to his plan. So have an awesome day.